Hello, my name is Jorge De La Torre. I'm on the board of We Don't Waste, and I'm also the culinary director of Kitchen Network at the Park Hill campus here in Denver, Colorado. Today I have the good fortune of making maybe a nice salad. It's summer. I think we need to be outside, so we're gonna grill. It's too hot to be inside, but you can still get the great flavors. All these vegetables, you'll see fruits, they were all recovered by We Don't Waste for your use. So that is fantastic. So we're kind of trying to take a look. We'll do a quick start. We'll do something that maybe you've never done before, but this is just an example of what we could do. You can use any vegetables that you like. So if you're like, oh, I don't like zucchini or I'm not a bell pepper, then don't use them. Just start making what you like, whatever you get in your basket, give it a go. A lot of these are great because I feel that they get better with a little fire roasting. So either because like with a bell pepper, it has a nice char smell, it gets a little sweeter, or carrots and potatoes and the starches to it that have high sugar content. Once they're on the grill, that sugar content comes out, it caramelizes, gives it a nice sweeter flavor. So I'm a big fan. So anyway, so we're gonna start with these, and what we're gonna do is we're going to cut them up. We're gonna cut them up pretty big and then cut them later. Why do we cut them big? Because we don't wanna be losing them in the grill. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the bell pepper, and usually I just kind of cut 4 here. And then we can take that piece. We'll have this one here. This will be my junk pile. I kind of like to take, this is my geeky part. I kind of like to take this white part out. That's not delicious. And no amount of cooking makes it delicious. So we'll take that one out. We have a yellow one. So the other things that we're thinking about with a nice salad when we're serving it to our family, to our kids, to our friends, is we're thinking about many options. Remember, save this for your compost. Maybe make a vegetable stock out of it. This is what is usable. It's just not that fantastic right now, but you can, doesn't mean that has to go right in the trash bin. That's by no means. So again, I have these big. I'm gonna cut this white piece out. And as you notice, I'm not using gloves now. Now, in the restaurant business, we always use gloves. I mean, if you're you know, cutting and cooking for your family, of course you're going to be washing your hands and stuff. But that's what we do. But in theory, I'm not using them right now because they're going to get a cooking process later. All right, so we're going to put this cut in. The next one we're going to do is we're going to do carrots. See, I have a peeler. Do you really need to peel? Not necessarily. If you don't feel like peeling, you can't find the peeler, you can, you know, because a lot of the nutrients are there, so it's pretty nice. But for color aspect, we're gonna do this one. You know what? We're not gonna peel this one so that you can see that it is perfectly edible. We're gonna take the tips off though. I always give a little peel. So I have a little flat spot. Then I start making some cuts that will fit on the grill and not go through the grates. Okay, we'll take care of those a little later. So now we're gonna take the zucchini, we're gonna take the top and end off. So you can go either 2 ways. You can go long ways if you wanna go on the grill, but sometimes I just like to, so again, visual, so we have nice color, but maybe we need different shapes, different looks. So I'm gonna go on a bias. So it's gonna be a long bias rather than chopping. So if I chopped one down like this, I guarantee you're gonna lose this on the grill. All right, so now we have nice long pieces. They look pretty. All right, so I parboiled the potatoes because the potatoes on the grill raw would take a little time. All right, so we par cooked, like I said, we had beets and we had potatoes. It's a nice starch to add to all the vegetables. That way, again, like I said, it's a one dish item. So a quick little boil. I know it's done when I can pierce it quickly and I can cut through pretty easily. So we're just gonna take a few of those. Remember, peel on, it's what's good for you. That's where all the vitamins are. So we have some beets. We're not even gonna beat those, so look at that beautiful color, easy to cut through. Right. So now we have the vegetables. The last one we have is what I think is pretty innovative, pretty fun. People are always ooh and ah about it when I cook, is I like to grill some romaine. Okay, so we're gonna grill some romaine. So how we lose that one is we cut all the way through, and what we're going to do is we cleaned it, but we're gonna keep it here. So if I take this core out like you would for most lettuce, it's gonna fall apart. So we're gonna, for the meantime, we're gonna keep it there, and it's gonna have a nice grilled look to it, okay? We're gonna add a little salt, a little oil, pepper. This is mostly water, right? So it's gonna steam, but once we put it on the nice grill, that steam's gonna kind of wilt it, cook it. It'll get a nice smoky flavor from the oil hitting the grill. It's gonna be great. All right, so now that we have all the vegetables cut, we're gonna give it just a quick marinade, 10-minute marinade, enough to just get it through. It doesn't have to be an overnight or any big production. Remember, we're trying to be easy and get things quick and nice and healthy on the table. So I'm gonna add olive oil. You can add any oil you like. I like olive oil, but whatever one you have, vegetable oil, canola oil, that all works too. I just have enough. So there's about 2 tablespoons there for all those vegetables, enough, and I'm adding a little salt. And right now I'm putting in about 2 teaspoons there. I'm adding some pepper, about a teaspoon. And then I happen to have a Italian mix of herbs, the dry herbs. You can use anything you like, or nothing if you want. But I like to, this has some oregano, it has some thyme, it has some rosemary. That's whatever you can get to give it a little flavor. So all we're doing is just trying to get everything mixed up with a little oil, a little seasoning, and we'll season as we're on the grill too, but this is a nice little marinade so that it gets covered so that we can put it on quickly. The good part is they don't have much fat. So we have to remember that when we're grilling, because it needs a little fat so it doesn't stick to the grill, so it helps with the cooking process. That's a good fat to use, so that's what we try to do. We're doing that rather than butter or lard or something like that. So this is nice, good, healthy fat that you need with olive oil. Canola oil is another heart healthy. All right, so what we're doing is we're gonna throw on the grill. I've gotten the grill ripping hot, so that's what you need, because you're not doing this for a long time. You want to get some char marks, you want to get some smoky taste, you want it to get cooked, you want the sugars to start cooking, but you don't want wilty. You still want some nice crispness to the vegetables and some nice color. Now again, if you didn't have a grill, you could take these and put them right in the oven, 400 degrees, and roast them. You're getting the same. That roasting's still gonna bring out the sugars. It's still gonna have a nice flavor to it. It's gonna soften up. But this is what we're gonna go with right now. So some of the potato. Let's see, where do we want to put this potato? All right, so as you see, I'm just letting it be. I'm letting it cook. I'm not flipping it, 10 times. When you do that a lot and you don't let it really get a nice firm sear, it starts to stick. And that happens with meat, fish, pork, veggies. Just let it hang out for a little bit, let it get really hot. You can see the nice sear. You're gonna see the grill marks come in, look at that. So now that came off quickly, right? That came off so easy because it had already been on. Now you gotta work quick, right? So you see how hot that is. Oh my gosh, that looks great. Beautiful. All right, so you see that nice char that we're looking for. So now we have a nice color on both sides. The sugars are there. They're still crispy, but they're just a little cooked. Nice flavors. Nice, great combination. Visually pleasing. A little different than the, oh my gosh, we almost lost it. See, that's why we have it nice and long cut. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna quick grill these. These were some of the veggies that were marinating, but I'm gonna add a little oil to this. This is pretty simple. Now, if I love to make like a roasted Caesar or put, chicken on that. We're gonna salt and pepper this. Salt, you can add seasoning if you want, but I just like to go pretty plain. But that's got the oil, and we're going to throw that down. We're gonna add a little oil on the top. We're gonna season. You constantly season as you go. Okay, but you can see how this is not gonna take too long. Again, you're charring the outside, the heat is gonna steam the inner core, but you still want it to be crunchy and nice. It's a nice look. It's got a different taste. Everybody's like, oh, lettuce is kind of mono, mono taste, doesn't have that much, but it's got a nice look to it when it's grilled like that. We're gonna add a little more seasoning. Make sure at the end we'll give it one more turn. And really that's about it. Again, you still want crunch, you still want that nice crispness of the lettuce coming through. We're just giving it a little flavor, different flavor component. So there we go. Right, now that we have our vegetables off the grill, they're cooling down, you can either serve this as a cold salad or a warm salad. I like to dress it while it's warm. It seems to absorb the vinaigrette a little more, but if you like cool it down, put it in the fridge, and then make it the next day, it's gonna still taste delicious. All right, so what I've started here is a basic vinaigrette. Typical is 3 parts oil to 1 part vinegar. I like to do a little healthier. I like to do 2 parts oil to 1 part vinegar. You do whatever you like. Right now I have about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar. Does it have to be white wine vinegar? Absolutely not. It could be balsamic, red wine, sherry, malt. I don't care. It could be lemon juice, lime juice. What we're looking for is an acid. So it's nothing to go running to the store about to get you some type of acid to balance the fat, which is the olive oil. And again, does it have to be olive oil? No, it can be vegetable oil, canola oil, avocado oil, whatever you get. So what we're doing is we're looking for a balance. We're gonna have a little sweet, a nice fatty mouthfeel. We're gonna add a little honey. Honey is just the sugar, the sweetness that I want. It can be sugar, brown sugar. If you're diabetic, you want to use some Splenda, knock yourself out. We're gonna season it, a little salt and pepper. Again, I'm using herbs that I had before. They were the herbs that we grilled with. They were the Italian seasoning ones, but you could go different, however you like. So I'm just gonna mix this up a little. So you can see it's not too much. We don't want to be heavy on it. We have the beets, we have the zooks, we have 2 types of peppers. We're missing carrots. Look at that, so nice. We're gonna cut them on a bias. Why not? Because we want to be visually pleasing all the time. We don't want to be just the same cut all everywhere. There's a nice smell. If any of you like roasting chilies, I'm from New Mexico, so that is an awesome smell for me. We got these potatoes. It's okay to leave the skin on. It's okay if they're coming off. That's fine. It's a nice rustic look. All right, so now that we've cut all these vegetables, we're gonna gently put them in nicely. We took all that time outside to put them in. We're gonna just toss them in the vinaigrette. All right, so now it's time to plate. So what we're gonna do is we have a nice bed of mixed greens. This mix was what was called power greens. It came to We Don't Waste. That's fantastic. So I can see that there's baby kale, some baby spinach, some baby shards. So this is a fantastic mix. Now, usually I always like to salt and season this a little before, but we're gonna use some of the dressing that we have here. So we're gonna add a little here, just as a bit. And then I'm using a spoon that's serrated so that it doesn't get, so I have a little control. We'll put a little of this down. All right, and then this grilled lettuce, I'm still cutting at the core so it doesn't fall down. We're gonna give that a little there, maybe a little here to, all right, and then we're gonna give it a little, and you know what it needs? So here we go. We have some fresh, we have some roasted, we have lettuce. I always love a little bite of an herb. So it can be, I have parsley. I love parsley. It's bitter, so remember what you're tasting. We're tasting some sweet, some sour, some salty, bitter. This is what keeps your mind engaged in the meal. It's because you're excited to eat new things. So I love parsley, but if you like dill, if you like cilantro, if you like whatever you have tarragon growing in the back, throw it there. So we're gonna add a little vinaigrette. Turn nice, beautiful red vinaigrette from the beets. Exactly what we're looking for. All right, so as you can see, I used the nice greens on the bottom that we had. I cut up the romaine that I grilled. I put, lightly put the grilled vegetables on top. And then I put some of this vinaigrette that was used. It's beautiful red from the beets. Again, this is just a way for you to use up vegetables in a different way. Could be roasted, could be grilled. It could be a raw salad if you feel like it. But this one is something that is out of the ordinary, maybe something that you do. The spices I used were just ones that I found around. Use any spice. You probably couldn't go wrong with anything that you have on hand, whatever you like, garlic salt, garlic powder, onion powder, chili, tahini. It's all gonna taste great with this. So, all right, so thank you again. My name is Jorge De La Torre with We Don't Waste. Please make sure you check out our website so you can find out when these fantastic mobile markets are to get these wonderful fruits and vegetables so that you can make your next great meal. And I hope you follow us for more videos to come. Thank you.